I'm at 4021 Glen, Este, Withamsville Road, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. So this is a slab, and the only access point is an outside clean out just to the left of the front door. There's a couple larger rocks that were placed near it to mark it. And it looks like I will be able to go both directions, so I'm going to go upstream first and go back into the house so we can check the line underneath the floor. Then we will pull back from that point and we will go out towards the street. What we're looking for here mainly is structural issues. Catastrophic failures in the line that cause backups, or any indication that there would be one in the future. And so now I'm going back into the house, and it looks like it's going to go uphill and come back over. So it must drop right as it goes through the foundation, which is pretty normal. It comes in high on the slab and then drops down to get under the foundation and get out of the house. This house was built in 1978, I believe, so towards the beginning of using PVC, and so it's a very good material, and so it's good that at this age that this is all PVC. They have run a ton of water through here already, so any kind of standing water would be obvious to any belly. And we are going forward. This is forward, going up. You can see the angle in the bottom left-hand corner that tells you what angle the camera head is sitting. And that is the very back. So this is the farthest upstream of the line. So, trying to get that little bit of stuff off the bottom of the pipe here. So I think what I'm going to do, there you go, somebody just flushed, so that helps. Perfect timing. Is the line probably coming over from the kitchen and the other bathroom. Obviously there's nothing on the camera that would allow me to go up those Ys like that. You just do the main line, and you run enough water in those other ones that allows you to see. Make sure that it's making its way out and that the fixtures are open. But the interior line looked very good. See any issues with that whatsoever. That's what we're looking for. Nice and tight joints. And so you can see I pulled out of the clean out. Now I'm going downstream. You can see the water at the back of coming from the back of the camera. It seems to be all PVC on the exterior also. All looks really good. You can actually see about as high as the water level has ever gotten. It's not maybe 40% up the wall, which is a good sign. You can see that most of the time sewer lines are, when they're put in well, they're usually empty. This is what we're looking for right here. Just nice, wide open, free-flowing pipe. looks like we're getting ready to go into some clay. There's a transition. This is usually where the municipality would take over ownership. But we do have some roots. So basically what happened was, it looks to me like when they built the house, the builder put in all this PVC, and then the municipality already had this clay in place. Now I can go past it, and we'll see how close we are to the main, because it did end PVC. I'm going to take a look at that and make sure footage-wise to see where I am. So PVC is in until about 55 feet. When we get into the clay, and now clay, it's a good material, but there's a lot of joints. They're usually about 3 feet apart, and so there is a lot of joints, and you can see because of that, there's a very easy for roots to get in. So we probably are either coming into the main here. Strange. What I'll do is I'm going to locate the demarcation line between them, because now it looks like we've gone into concrete. And so I don't know if all this line has been replaced, but I would say that this has been PVC for the entirety of the house, the life of the house, and that the clay and concrete, there was either another house here before this, or when they ran the sewer down the street, those are the materials they used. See, we've made it all the way to the main, and the main itself is concrete also. You can see the exposed aggregate, so the rocks and stuff that are actually in the concrete. That's how you know it's concrete. And so I am not sure if we are in not sure what county we're in or municipality that we would be, to be able to tell who would be responsible for this. In some areas they try to say that it is the full responsibility of the homeowner. I think we are still in Hamilton County. I'm not 100% sure. This is really near where the county line is. It does say, I think the address is still Cincinnati, but we'll have to take a look at that, and that's just for future reference. This would have to be done by the homeowner as far as servicing the roots, but just to try to find out, because the concrete is probably under the road to get it all the way to the main. I'd say the main is either in the road or on the other side of the road. The concrete looks really good. And you can see all this. It's wide open. No real root intrusion. It looks like the only issue you have is in the clay. It's like a very short length of clay pipe from 67 to 55. So you got about 10 to 12 feet here of clay. Just trying to make sure that wasn't something there on top. Really, you only have you have basically one section of pipe here, getting in about maybe two sections, because you're getting in right here. You can see a worm moving around in there. So I don't see any major structural issues at this joint, but there's such a large bed of roots on the bottom of the pipe that, and getting in at this joint here. We don't know, you know, I'm able to push my camera through it, which is good, but this could easily cause a backup. You could have you know, toilet paper or wet wipes, something like that. If you ever use those, you could very easily catch on these roots and cause a major backup. And we don't know how the pipe looks. A lot of these cases, the roots just get in at the connections. The packing over the years breaks down, and the roots sneak in at the connections. And they're usually really small roots like this, little finger roots. And if they get larger, they can cause damage. And right now, we just don't know what the line looks like behind that root ball. But that's from about 58 feet to 58 to 64, something like that. Roughly 2 sections of pipe of the clay, and that's where this will have to be cleaned to get rid of the root intrusion. You can see the connection made between the PVC and the clay. So I'm going to push the camera back into the clay, and then we're going to pause the video for a second, and I'm going to locate where the transition is. Okay, so I'm going to try to, been running some water here for a while, just to make sure it's flowing. Testing the fixtures inside. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Get another locate here, and we're kind of making a turn right here, and it's sitting weird, so I'm going to go right here and see if I can get that to do a little bit better on the locate. And that is fairly normal where the PVC meets the clay. They use like a rubber coupling there due to the change in material. You can't really, you know, you have to use that because you can't really attach the, you can't attach clay to plastic. So they use a rubber coupling there. Okay, so this is at if you're facing the house, it's on the left side. Looks like it's heading straight towards the telephone pole there. You're right on the edge. You could have this looked at by the Metropolitan Sewer District just to see if they are the municipality that handles the maintenance of this line. Or could check any of the other, or the other municipality. You'd be able to find out who like services the actual sewer mains and be able to find that out. But again, we have roots between 58 feet and like 64, I think. It's not even quite that, is it? Looks like really just one main section of pipe, a little more than that. You got 60 to 58 to 61, something like that. So one real section of pipe. Everything else looks great. So I'm going to recommend cleaning, possibly some either some chemical treatment every once a year or so, just to make sure that those roots kind of stay back a little bit. could be able to get quite a few years before cleaning. Interior line, the exterior line, all the way to that like 56 foot mark or whatever where it switches over to clay. That all looks beautiful, and that may be the end of if you check with the sewer district, whatever maintenance is the sewer main, check them and see where they took over ownership. It may be off the property, so that even if that does cause any future issues where those roots are, that would not be the responsibility. You would have to do the cleaning. Maintenance is, something like that, where with root intrusion, to keep it clear is the responsibility of the homeowner. But if any structural issues come about, you do want to check with whoever you pay your sewage and water bill to check to see if they are responsible for repairing it. But yeah, so everything looks great structurally that I could see, except in that one section. And so I'm going to recommend a cleaning and a re-inspection in a few years to see how fast those roots are growing, and seeing if they're a concern. They will be a concern in the future. So that'll end the inspection at 4021 Glen, Este, Withamsville Road.